there, my name is TyranoBuilder. Today we are playing a Flamingo tale. So, how I heard about this game, there's this thing called TyranoBuilder Jam, and TyranoBuilder is like Ren'Py for visual novels. Basically, you can make shit in it, right? This one. That's why I'm playing it. Judging summary, cute art, good music, and a cute story. Cute has been mentioned quite a lot there, hasn't it? Are you scared? I'm scared as well. But it did want $350 for coming in first place, so it must be half decent. So, without further ado, we're going to get cracking with this. New game, please. Also, it's 940 by fucking 630 window. Like, no, I think it's 960 by 640 window. This is made by someone who reviews visual novels. Why is it not a normal resolution? So as per always, if it looks slightly stretched, it's because it was made in a resolution which is really weird. Mouse glanced back at the crocodile chasing them before burying herself under Flamingo's wing and trembling with fright. So, hang on, why are Mouse and Flamingo's names? They have names and the crocodile doesn't. That's racism, somehow. See what the art looks like. Oh, yeah, it's TyranoBuilder. Middle mouse button doesn't make the text box disappear. Is there a way to do that in Tyranno? Oh, let's just not bother. Can't you run any faster than this? It's just, you can see most of it anyway. How's it looking? How's it looking visual? It looks good enough. It looks like something out of a children's book. Can't you run any faster than this? Can't you run any faster? Fuck you, mouse. You're on my back hitching a ride. You're not allowed to make demands. This isn't how this works. First of all, something... Oh, escape is what... Then how do I access options? If right-click? Okay. There's no options menu. Oh, no. We're stuck with, like, really slow speed. Oh, for God's sake. Fine, whatever. Have to remember that, though. Nothing really changes, though. Seemingly unaware of certain death closing in fast, Flamingo kept the same pace, striding awkwardly on his stilt-like legs. It looks like he's swimming in the river to me, but whatever. We'll be fine, Mouse. Just don't look back. Too late. Mouse looked back. I have too many life goals to accomplish to end up as an appetizer. You're a mouse. You're not supposed to have life goals. What's this bullshit? The lanky bird jaunted as fast as he could, but a hungry crocodile was something he had no hopes of outrunning. I haven't met my handsome rogue yet. The crocodile inched closer, teeth snapping hungrily. I haven't had any babies yet. Flamingo could feel the hot breath of the reptile against his tail feathers. I wanted to find a home where I couldn't have to worry about food or predators. Well, you fucked up there, didn't you? This is exactly what's happening. Mouse sniffled. You'll get all that. I'll make sure of it. This is like a children's book. I doubt this is going to end up with the mouse being like, oh yes, and his limbs were torn apart. You know, that would be a bit weird. Yet Flamingo was tiring. He knew there were only precious moments before they would end up as dinner. But then, a fallen tree trunk didn't seem like much, yet it was the only obstacle the bird could make use of. There was space to go above or beneath the log, and Flamingo hoped that it could delay the crocodile enough for the two to escape unscathed. Mouse wailed. I don't want to die. It doesn't look like there's a lot of water under that at all. In fact, it looks like a fucking puddle. It doesn't look like it's a river at all, but... Hang on, where's the river on the other side? Whatever. Could you go underneath that? Would the mouse not just get squashed? Trust me then, mouse. Flamingo skidded to a stop in front of the log. Are you having the same thought I am? If we cock this up... Does the mouse still get to complete his life goals, if you know where I'm going? Let's dive under. Flamingo dove under the log. At least that's what he wanted to do until he very quickly came to the realization that he was too tall to fit under the trunk. With an alarmed honk, he turned to face the approaching reptile, but not before whispering to Mouse. I'm sorry! No, it's better, here's a life insurance number. You've got about 5 seconds. Go ahead and get away, Mouse. I'll distract him so he doesn't come after you. I'm a flamingo? I look like a slightly confused Pokemon. The crocodile also, his eyes are very far back. Don't say that, she sniffled. You went to a lot of trouble to rescue me from the flood. I won't leave you now. Still, they were both shuddering terribly as the crocodile came closer, jaws open, to swallow them in one hearty gulp. Stop it right there. The reptile stopped, closed his mouth and glanced reluctantly at the strange bird who just landed on his tail. What did I tell you about eating birds? I slave over making your teeth beautiful, and this is the thanks I get. Hey, it's a crocodile. He doesn't look too smart. If we're being honest, he probably doesn't know that a flamingo is a bird. Little Bird was hopping up and down angrily. The crocodile looked terrified. Ask for one thing. One thing? Don't kill birds. Is that so hard to ask for? The crocodile withdrew from his would-be prey and shook his head back and forth, grumbling. The little bird landed on his reptile snout and turned to Flamingo, bowing her head respectfully. Plover. Oh, okay, don't mind this big bug. He's a pushover, really. I'm Plover. Plover. I mean, there's a joke about butter in there somewhere. There has to be. As a sincere apology for his actions, please take this feather. What the fuck am I going to do with a feather? I am a bird. I'm a fucking flamingo. What? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Plover plucked a tail feather and offered it to Flamingo, who took it after a moment's hesitation. You ever get into trouble with some giant crocodiles, just show them that feather. It reminds them of who's boss around these parts. Have they not thought about ganging up on Plover? Plover seems very vulnerable. Plover flew away before Flamingo or Mouse could respond, while the crocodile slowly crawling off with his head held low. Flamingo and Mouse stared at each other. Well, that was interesting. So, about that lagoon you were bringing me to. All of the flamingos. Aren't flamingos traditionally known for being pink? Am I thinking about something different here? We're going to have to Google this. Yeah, they're bright fucking pink. Is there such thing as a white flamingo? There has to be, right? White flamingo. Yes, there are. God, just everyone knows them as pink. My mind has been destroyed, damn it. Oh, so this is the place then? Lovely. The lagoon was where time stood still. Flamingos lined the shore. Shore? A shore? I don't know, that doesn't look like a shore. And dozed in the middle of the water with little care in the world. Flamingo wadded over to a nearby tree, helping Mouse reach one of the branches. You're lucky I found you before the flood washed you away. Oh, do you think he doesn't know that? Also, why is the mouse as big as the flamingo? I don't get scared of rodents or insects, but a mouse that big? I mean, how big are flamingos? They're like 4 or 5 feet, aren't they? A mouse which are 4 or 5 feet? I probably wouldn't be able to kill that. That shit has claws. Oh. Many, it's like a rat-tar wet dream, isn't it? Many have already lost their homes and their lives to the crazy floods we've been having today. I was surprised that you stopped to help me. Many others simply walked on by. You're a strange bird, Flamingo, but I like you, so I'll let you in on who's behind all the floods. Flamingo blinked. It's not just bad weather? Mouse laughed. Oh no, it's the anger of the River King. It was at this point that Flamingo decided to get out of the wing and slap Mouse around the head. We're flamingos, we don't have gods. River King, allow me to start from the beginning. It happened earlier this morning. Am I now a completely different mouse? Why do I now look more like an otter? I'd been dozing in the long grasses by the river shore when Mongoose arrived. He lurks around the head to fish for a meal every so often, so I thought nothing of it until a loud splash awoke me from my slumber. Mongoose had caught something that glowed of many different colours. Yeah, definitely misspelled colour there. How dare they? Colours. And it was hard to recognise the little creature for what it really was. A river crab. Hard to recognise what it was. Of course it was. It has one of those, like, weird lollipop heads as a hat. I mean, Mongoose left with his catch just before the... Oh, so it is... Okay. Before the ground trembled beneath me and I heard a deep, angry voice coming from the river. Who has taken my child? It boomed. Who has dared to steal my son? The river bubbled angrily and I fled as fast as my paws could carry me. That's a zebra. It has no eyes. That zebra has no eyes. That is not an eye. That is definitely not an eye. What even is that? Like a very rolled up diver's cap? Ugh. Also, what the hell is this? Floods? Oh, is this bubbles? Is it bubbles? I can't tell. It looks like frog eggs. That or loads of bowling balls for people with like one finger. That's a very specific niche bowling ball, of course. It's a good thing I did, or I wouldn't be here to tell you the story. In one terrifying moment, the river crashed against the land. There's a lake where there shouldn't be, and it seems that the River King isn't done just yet. My home was far from the river, and a wave crashed down and swept it all away. I don't think he has any intention of stopping. Would it not be easier for someone of that sort of immense power to take better care of their children? Just a thought. So you think Mongoose took the River King's son? Oh, I'm sure of it. He's never had a reason to turn against us before, and it seems all too strange that he would start the moment Mongoose ran away with his catch. Or it could just be bad weather. It could be, you know, just coincidental. It's certainly not good for us. Who knows how long it'll be until this pretty lagoon is swallowed up as well. It's just vengeance, isn't it? He's not the kind of prick who's like, oh no, my son has died. I'm gonna fire a nuke at Earth. Like, he's not the kind of person who'd do that? I don't think, anyway. The bird straightened defensively at this. I won't let that happen. No way! I'm going to go after Mongoose and bring back the River King's son. That way he'll have to stop. He sounds like a vindictive dick. He probably won't. He will, it's a children's story, for fuck's sake. But, you know, it's good to keep suspense, isn't it? Mouse shook her head in disbelief. You're a crazy bird. That's sexist. I mean, who knows? Mongoose probably ate him by now. We don't know that, and the sooner I go, the better my chances. Mouse scampered further up the tree trunk, eyeing the flamingo skeptically. Well, if you're so insistent, I'll give you some advice. Go to Hare's place. They speak well of Mongoose because he rids their tunnels of snakes. They might know where he lives. Flamingo nodded and began to walk off. Mouse muttered to herself, I was gonna say, you fucking coming along, mate. Never thought I'd meet a flamingo who'd want to save the world. I mean, why would you ever think that? What? You'd have to have a very overactive imagination to go, oh, actually, you know what? I did have this scenario in mind the other day. We angered the River King, and a flamingo went to save it. Yeah, I did think that would happen one day. Well, good luck, my friend. So you're actually not coming? You prick. We're just going off by ourselves. Let's look at this. So, no, I said escape. Hang on. All right. If I press escape to close the text box and then it finishes reading the text, it just opens again. That's annoying. Okay. Holy shit. How is there a desert so close to a river? That is impressive. Hang on, we definitely skipped a line. This was, how do we go back? Arrows? A, D, S, Q. How do we go back? Hide message, skip. No, I want to do none of those things. This isn't intuitive, damn it. Yeah, alright, fuck it. We didn't need to read that line anyway, I'm sure. What was once lush grass... lush? What are you, Welsh? What was once lush grassland was now a wet marsh. The bird thought he'd somehow gotten lost and was about to turn around when he heard wailing cries of a beast in distress. Who's crying? A hare. He looked around the ground and spied a hare gazing down at the large puddle in front of him. Raggedy and damp. The hare had seen better days. He had his paws up to his face and appeared to be weeping loudly. What's the matter, hare? You look different again. What is that random hair? Why have you, like, cut yourself in, like, nice places with hair, but not in others? This is where my home used to be, but a huge river wave smashed right on top of it. I was foraging above ground, but my mate... Alright, apparently this guy's just like he's English. Great. He whimpered and brought his paws up to his face, tearing up but continuing the tail. She's trapped in the tunnel and the shrimps are clogging the entrance so she can't get out. I don't know how long she can make it. Oh, that's right. Feel sorry for your friends, but not the shrimps. Bastard. Hare began to weep once more. Oh, what will I do without my beloved? Hang on. It was your friend a few seconds ago. Now it's your beloved. There are some ulterior motives here. Seeing the hare so sad made the bird want to start crying as well. But he was a big bird and he was a hero in the making. I'll help you, hare. Let me see what I can do. There was shrimp involved. As such, he could do one of two things. Dinner time! Flamingo munched, Flamingo crunched, Flamingo ate them in hordes, and also one by one. Shrimps are great, shrimps are fine, shrimps are here, so come and dine. Alright, can we stop with the rhyming now, please? And dine Flamingo did until not a single shrimp could be seen. It hardly took more than a few minutes. Hang on, where did the fucking Flamingo get a knife and fork from? We're in the middle of nowhere. Does he just happen to carry a knife and fork? God, he's civilized. Before Hare's tunnel had completely cleared. With his head still underwater, Flamingo looked out at the hole, hoping Hare's mate was still alive. A few seconds passed. Nothing. You can come out now, the way is clear. Still nothing. With Hare's shrimp. I'm getting the feeling it was a shrimp. And then... whoosh! Oh no, they were a hare. In a burst of bubbles, Hare's mate dove out of the tunnel and onto the shore, breathing hard but alive. Hare immediately began to tend to her and Flamingo stepped out of the pool, giving them space. Then he remembered what he'd come here for. Right, yeah, look, I've helped you out, now you're gonna help me, sunshine. You will repay your debt. Hare, can you tell me where Mongoose lives? He's stolen something important from the River King, and if we don't get it back, we'll see many more floods. Hare flicked an ear and straightened up immediately. Ah, Mongoose, nice enough fellow. Fellow? Jesus, everyone is... Hang on, he says mate and fellow? Both unironically. But he thinks too much with his stomach. Hare pointed off into the far horizon where the two hills met. A lake rested between the Flamingo and those hills, one that Flamingo couldn't ever recall noticing before. You'll find Mongoose at the base of those two hills, but it'll be a chore getting there. That entire area used to be grassland, but now there's no way to get there unless you can swim a long distance. I'm a flamingo. Or fly. I'm a flamingo. Hare took note of Flamingo's wings and smiled broadly. Well, looks like you'll be fine then. Can flamingos fly? Oh, for God's sake, is this something else we're going to have to Google as well? Can flamingos... Oh, it's... Yeah, I'm not the only one who's asked this, apparently. It flies with its head and its neck. I completely lied. I am so sorry, flamingos. I did not mean to offend you. Jesus. They can fly basically between 300 and 400 fucking miles. It's like 550 kilometers, I think? Something like that. Jesus. Not really. He didn't care to explain, even at the Hare's puzzled expression. Thanks for the help, though. He started off only to find that Hare blocked his path. One more thing, take this. This is a sacred relic that has been passed down from Hare to Hare. Why have you given me an orb with a rabbit in it, surrounded by sperm? That sounds like it would be a very messy thing to carry. How would we not crush them? Why is the music serious as well? Why does that rabbit have no facial features? Actually, hang on, we'll test that thing now. Right, so space, escape. We're going to see if the text box reappears. Nope, I was just being a knob beforehand, apparently. Oh, it's because it barely went on. Remember this phrase. Now we're going to see. It does! That's so annoying! Why would you do that? God damn it, TyranoBuilder. I want to race the setting sun and leap into the moon's embrace. Then start on back through twilight's torch and see the light of the day. The stone will allow you to cross great distances in short amount of time. Oh, so it's like a blink. Awesome. It has only one use per holder though, so use it wisely. Flamingo tilted his head as he took the small stone and placed it under his wing for safekeeping. I'm sure this will be very useful for my journey, but why are you giving this to me? I'm no hare. Hare looked over at his mate. Without you, I might have ended up alone for the rest of my days. That's reason enough for me. It has to be Hare, though. I mean, that's a very, very selfish reason. Now, you'd better head off. The sooner you get to Mongoose, the sooner the floods might end. Flamingo was touched, but he knew he had no time to rest. He had a world to save. Thank you for the help, Hare. Take care of yourself. Hare had noticed that upon turning away, the flamingo's tail had changed colour from white to a vibrant pink. And pink. It had been so abrupt and immediate that the mammal watched the bird strut off puzzled. That is, until his mate cuddled him. We don't do cuteness and bonding on this channel. We sarcastically pick apart. Yeah, fuck you, rabbits. I committed shrimp genocide to get there and they didn't give a fuck. It wasn't a very long trek to the shoreline, where Flamingo looked around for any signs of life. I know there's got to be someone here who can tow me across. It's just a matter of finding them. He was just about to wade into the water where he noticed a head popping up from the depths nearby. A gruff voice called out. Stay away from that, they're fucking terrifying. Thud. It's a hippopotamus, just run. What are you running into? Where are you, my darlings? Oh, good. She speaks like that. It was then that she seemed to notice Flamingo for the first time. Oi, Flamingo, what takes you so far from your lagoon? The bird recognised her, not just any hippo, but an old friend who frequented the lagoon every so often. Ah, Hippo, it's so nice to see a familiar face around here. Hang on, there are several of them. And that is an old friend, and we call them Hippo. Hippos is its name. That's going to get very confusing. No Bobs, no Daves, just Hippo. What do you call the other hippos? What did you call the other flamingos? Yeah. I'm in need of some... Too much talking, Birdo. We'll have a nice chat when I find my darlings. What happened? I was taking an afternoon nap. Beauty sleeping ain't nothing I can do without, yeah? The eel ones must have woken up earlier. Leave them aside, like them's mischievous rascals. I know exactly where they's is too. She motioned over to a river Flamingo didn't remember seeing before. They formed this morning. The babes are curious, but I didn't let them go near. Chances are they's along the river somewhere. See, I can do Northern very well. I've studied Yorkshire for many amount of years. It's the wonderful skill of just skipping every unnecessary syllable. Got to round them up, boy. Flamingo, what you doing? While Hippo had been busy talking, Flamingo had scrambled up onto her back. Let's go find them. Hippo blinked but nodded. By my eyes, Flamingo. They waded into the river while the current began to run against them. How does a hippo's very slow moving? How does that work? Whatever. The following scenes involve looking at the backgrounds very closely for hippos. Once you find them, be sure to click on them to progress to the next section. Oh my god. Okay. My little thod has never been the hide and saw. He prefers to spend his days swimming around. It'll be the first one we come across. Is you don't stray far away from me. So we're looking for a hippo. And it's to appear at some... There's a setting here. Oh, okay. So that's the settings. Once we click on something... What am I looking for? Does it appear every now and again? Or is that it there? I don't get it. I thought that was us. Dunk usually dozes off somewhere where there's plenty of soft grass. He's prone to falling asleep in the strangest of places. Long grass, you say? We're looking for... Okay, yeah, awesome. We're just looking for a mouse to change from the arrow to that. And once it's done, we know it's right. Dak is the most troublous of the bunch. She's very clever and likes to hide where no one could possibly look for a little baby dippo. Awesome. I mean, that wasn't very difficult. Oh, you found him so quick. Get on your birdo. Come here, my darlings. How the fuck did you not notice that? Jesus. I need you running off, so after finding you. She turned to Flamingo. Now that they're safe, what can I do for you? Flamingo didn't have any time to respond as the three baby hippos tackled him over and demanded to play. Not wanting to upset them, the bird humoured the little babes, pecking and flapping at them playfully until Hippo stepped on to take charge and nudged them aside. Yes, play all you want. It's not like a fucking entire herd of animals is at risk. Damn you. Our darlings, be nice to Uncle Birdo. You don't have time to play now. How can I help you, Flamingo? See, I've got this northern speak down to a T. North of England this is, of course. I'm not even pausing. I just know. I'm just skipping every letter and every syllable. Unnecessary. Can you take me across this lake? I must find Mongoose and bring back the River King's child. Hippo snorted at this. Oi, Flamingo, you've always been the silly orc, but I'll help you cross. Still don't fly, do you? The bird shook his head. I'm doing just fine walking for the most part. Flamingo's doing that thing that I do. When people don't speak like you. Or they point out that you're posh. Or that you speak well. So, as a defense, you just go, even more posh. It's really weird. Hippo nodded. I'll take you across, my birdo. Please take this too, darlings. This is a wonderful vine that Thud discovered. It looks like a normal vine to me. Yeah, till they use it. It's a living vine. Give it to... Come on, can't. It'll come to life and to do so. I use it to round up my darlings, but you might find a better use for it. Go on, Vine. Get to Birdo and do his bidding. God, there are so many of you who are just, like, listening to this. Not a fucking clue what I'm saying. Just no idea of any words coming out of my mouth. It uncoiled from around Thud, who had brought the plant over and slithered like a snake over to Flamingo. The bird picked it up curiously. It immediately coiled it into a smaller shape, allowing Flamingo to tuck it under his other wing. Thank you kindly, Hippo. Not a problem, Birdo, come. I'll take you across the lake so I can continue your journey. The trip across the lake went on eventfully. Flamingo thanked Hippo for the ride and jaunted off towards the hills. It was only after he was too far away to call after than Hippo noticed that pink engulfed the bird's wings. Darlings, wasn't he wired for? She looked out one more time before guiding her offspring back into the water where she could look over them proper. What's with this music? It's like the slightly evil bit in churches where something's bad's gonna happen, but you're not quite aware of it yet. Silly Birdo. But I hope he gets to where he needs to be. Fucking northern, just fucking nailed it. Those are some odd fucking looking trees, Jesus. Flamingo trekked through lush grassland. Lush again, what is it with you? Lush grassland, surprised that the area had not taken nearly as much damage as the other side had suffered. The sun was setting in the space between the two hills, enveloping the land in a fiery orange light. Orange? I mean, it looks oddly yellow to me. That's all I'm saying. Mongoose's den was only a few yards away. Yards? Really? That's a little further than that. Oh, I see it at last. I don't remember Mongoose to be a mean creature, but he isn't likely to give up any bit of food without a fight. It's fine. I ate so much shrimp, I could throw it up and pretend it's a casserole. Children's book, for God. The bird imagined himself going toe-to-toe with a vicious mongoose. Good mongoose. Bad mongoose. Oof. Jesus Christ. Just dead. Oh, that's horrible. Flamingo sighed. Well, I can try and reason with him or trick him with the items I've been given. Think, bird, think. How will I approach this? Trick mongoose, reason with mongoose. No reason to trick him. We'll reason. I said we'll reason. The bird was sure that he could talk Mongoose into giving up the little crab. He stood up again and walked through the bush toward the large earthen dwelling. As Flamingo approached, a loud snarl sounded from within the burrow and a face popped out from the opening. A flamingo around these parts? Unheard of. What is it that you want? The bird bowed politely. Mongoose, I've been told that you took away the child of the River King this morning. Is this true? You mean the colourful crab? Yes, I did. Try as I might to eat it, I simply couldn't crack its shell. Mongoose grinned. I'll keep on trying though, crab meat is my favourite. Flamingo thought about how to reply. Flamingo winced at the thought of the poor crab. He really had to get the little crustacean away, and quick. Now, what should he say? The River King is angry, it's just a baby. Well, if he's heartless, he won't care about the River King, and if he's heartless, he won't care that it's just a baby. Shit, people need to eat. River King's angry. The River King is angry because you took his child. Now he intends to flood everything until he gets it back. Mongoose shrugged his shoulders and scratched an itch lazily. If there's a flood, there's more fish to eat. Easy pickings if you ask me. Your home will be flooded too. If the entire area floods, that means you aren't safe either. He's quite egotistical and thinking about himself, so we'll just make this about him. You can't enjoy your meals if you have no shelter to keep you safe. Mongoose frowned and glanced around at his cozy burrow. It took me a year to carve out the way I wanted it. He grumbled and patted at entrance. Flamingo was amused but continued on. It also wouldn't be easy to find another shelter. Burrows are out of the question since they'd all be filled with water. You'd probably have to live up a tree. Mongoose sniffed in annoyance. And have to share it with the birds and all the other little rodents? No thanks. He scrambled back into his burrow, brushing at it lovingly with his tail. Mongoose returned moments later with the crab in his mouth. He dropped it at the flamingo's feet. This little morsel was too much trouble anyway. Go on and take it back. I'll happily tend to my abode now. Is there a subtle subtitle just saying that God is wildly irrational? Think of all the people affected. Hippo affected because the children left him. The shrimp got affected because, I ate them. The hare's beloved nearly fucking died. I now see what he means by mate. He means fuck buddy. Okay. He doesn't mean it like friend. God, how naive I must be. And yeah, just like everyone's been fucked over other than the mongoose. God damn it. Go on and take it back. I'll happily attend to my abode now. Flamingo readily picked up the baby crustacean, placing it on his back. I'm here to take you back home. Let's see if we can make it back before dark. The crab, nervous and shaky, immediately calmed at the bird's words, settling down against Flamingo's feathers. Home. The bird set off without further delay, treading back the way he'd come. Flamingo doubted Hippo would still be there waiting for him, but he didn't seem too worried. He'd finally found the baby crab. His mission was complete. There was only smooth sailing from here. The bird began to jaunt towards the shore when the baby on his back muttered something. Sorry, little one, I didn't catch that. What did you say? It'd be amazing if it was just like a whirlwind of expletives. What the fuck do you think you're doing? That'd be brilliant. It's not going to be that. Look. And look he did. What had once been smooth, still waters had now amassed into a tidal wave that slowly creeped forward to towering over Flamingo. How does he have this much power but cannot detect where his baby is? What kind of shit River King is this? The bird didn't have any time to waste. He turned away from the giant wave and strided towards the hills. There was nowhere else to go. The bird plucked out the stone Hare had gifted him, trying to remember the phrase in his panic. How's it go again? He could hear the roar of the wave get closer and closer, a towering shadow that darkened the ground, that seemed to jog the bird's memory quite fast. I want to race the setting sun and leap into the moon's embrace, then start on back through twilight's touch and see the light of day. The stone sent a jolt up the lanky bird's body in response, and it soon didn't seem to matter that Flamingo's stilt legs weren't meant for long-distance running. Hold on to me tight, little one. He was running as fast as any hare, speeding towards the hilltop. Well, we're fucked then, aren't we? What? How are we going to do any of this? Look, Mongoose, I know that you said that if you return the crab that you wouldn't get flooded, but, I mean, shit happens, right? Flamingo raced to the top of the hill, not daring to look back at the damage the colossal wave had unleashed down below. The jolt of speed that Hare's stone had provided had long since been used up, and the bird found himself slowing at a near halt. Just a little further. He trudged up the top of the hill slowly, and when he saw the view, his heart sank. Water. Water everywhere, where only the steepest of hills poked across the horizon. The lagoon. There's no way it would have survived the flood. His friends. How could they have survived this disaster? There's nothing left. It's too late. Stunned, Flamingo looked over his shoulder at the baby crab. If only I'd gotten to you sooner. It was the little crustacean who brought life back to the somber bird with a hearty pinch. Ow! Flamingo blinked and ruffled his feathers before straightening. Thanks, I needed that. I still need to take you back home. I can feel sorry for myself when my journey is done. Suddenly, another tidal wave crashed into the hill, and another. What? It's not done? The earth shook as another tremendous wave formed and shadowed the little pink bird. Ah! I guess there's no way around it. The bird gulped and strided over to the edge of the hill. I've never flown before. He laughed nervously. It's silly, right? A bird not knowing how to fly. You're gonna need to hold on pretty fucking tight. Flamingo spread out his wings just as the first droplets of water began to rain down on him from the wave that started its downward arc. But you know, maybe it's time I learned. If it means bringing you back home. It's all about fucking jumping in the deep end, Jesus. Little crab clung to Flamingo as he launched himself into the air, just as the tidal wave came crashing down. Let me guess, I fly. I doubt it, just... Flamingo died! Like, that would be very anticlimactic. Flamingo faltered and the rush of water certainly didn't help matters, but he was airborne. He could feel the little crab cling on to him tightly. It's okay, little one. It's time to go home. The devastation was surreal. Flamingo flew above the waves, looking down upon the creatures who huddled against each other for warmth. They'd lost their homes and their family members, yet when they looked up at Flamingo, they couldn't help but smile and cheer. What kind of grim ending is that? What? How is this good? Everyone's family had died! But the person who did kill everyone got his son back! Hooray! What? Kind of mixed message is this game giving? A flamingo had saved the world. Did I read that right? Did that definitely say that? Hang on. Let's go through this, right? Bluebird Plays made it. Did I not mention that? I'll mention it in the description. It's fine, right? Special thanks, yes, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so click through, right? Did that say that? Everyone's family members had died. We need to go back and see. The end. I'm still in shock. What? What kind of weird moral is this game giving? Someone irrelevant who's alone took a crab. Yeah, I want to fucking click the... Oh, whatever. It's stuck at the end, right? We can just go back to some other way. But someone who's alone took a crab and went alone. The River King punished everyone else, committed mass genocide, killed family members. But it's fine because in the end the Flamingo got it back despite him, like, bringing the world into disarray? Right, no. Okay, I'm clicking on the... Can I not get out of the end menu? Oh, there, okay, right click. Back to title. Yes, I'd like to go back to the title screen. Alright. I have to see that for myself. Hang on a second. If there's something I'm learning from this, it's that the Tyranno engine skips very slowly because it has to account for all the engines, and where Renpai just goes like that, it's stopping between every line, and it's taking like a quarter to like half a second between each line, so skipping isn't as quick. Oh god, we have to do this again. I said I'd see you in a second. Let's do that again. It says that. We must have gotten a bad ending. That's the only way that that is a thing. They'd lost their homes and their family members. That's a bad ending. We must have done something wrong. Like eating the shrimp. No, because we still got what we did. I don't know. We must have done something wrong. There is no way that is the real ending. Just like, lol, everyone died. Oh dear. My name's ChrisTenarium. Thank you very much for watching what won the TyranoBuilder Jam. I think next up we'll play what Tom from MoaCube said he thought was the best visual novel. Because apparently not all the judges agreed and he's the only one who spoke about what he thought was the best one. Shrug. See you then! Till next time.